Are you sacrificing today for tomorrow? Are you trying to achieve financial freedom as fast as you can, thinking that by doing that, you will have the ability to enjoy the rest of your life because all of a sudden you're financially free? Are you doing things right now in your life that you don't actually care about doing, and you don't actually care about the people you're around, and you don't actually care about the work you're doing, yet you're telling yourself it's all for one day? When I make X amount of money, when I get the exit, when I have X amount saved, when I get the six pack, when I stop, doing this. Are you living your life as if something magical will happen in the future, and then you can actually start living your life? You can actually be happy and enjoy the moment, smell the roses. And I'm specifically talking to my men out here. Women are really good at enjoying the present moment. And that's the one thing I've come to appreciate about the feminine and the women in my life, is how they optimize for the present moment more than the masculine does. And the masculine has allowed us to evolve and become who we are today. But when you are chasing, when you have the opportunity to enjoy the moment and go after a better future, yet you still choose to just go after a better future in hopes of being able to enjoy the moment, when very well you can do both in today's day and age, and we are very blessed for this opportunity, which I'm going to show you how to do in this video. But are you sacrificing today? Are you telling yourself, once X happens, then I'll do Y? Once a future state is present, then I'll stop this, then I'll be more balanced, then I'll be X, then I'll be that. But only once this future state occurs, only once I get the financial freedom, only once I get the X job promotion, only once I hit X revenue target. Once I get the six pack, then I'll talk to the girl. Once I get, this client, then I'll go on the date with the girlfriend again, then I'll start prioritizing the relationship again. Then I'll take more time for myself. Doesn't happen like that, brother. Okay? It does not happen like that. And so I'm going to prove it to you right now. The masculine is constantly seeking challenge. Okay? The masculine secretly loves the never-ending task list. The masculine is seeking for freedom, except for it does it through challenge. And the funny thing is, as soon as we have challenge, as soon as we break free from the challenge, we try to find another thing to bind onto as another challenge. And this shows up as the endless to-do list, the achievement and then resetting of bigger and bigger goals, the flywheel upwards of once I've achieved a small thing, then the medium thing, then the large thing, then the really large thing, then the gigantic thing. Whether in business, in finances, in fitness, whatever it is. The masculine will never not want challenge in its life. Understand that endless task list is endless for a reason. You don't want it to end. You say you want it to end. When X happens, then I will change my behavior. But you don't want the task list to end, and that is typically why you are delaying the present moment and your enjoyment of it, is thinking the task list ends and you want it to end. And I'm fucking telling you, bro, it doesn't end, and that's a good thing. We want to play the infinite game. We don't want to play too many finite games as our core being. Okay? And if you're an athlete, then you're not actually playing for the season. The season is a finite game inside of an infinite game, but the infinite game is just fucking playing the game. And that goes for business, and that goes for life as well. And so understand, doing the task is the thing you actually seek, and we just put it in a finite game, which is achieving a certain thing. But no achievement will ever satisfy the need for challenge. That need doesn't go away. Understand that is fundamental to you as a man and you as and the masculine. Where the feminine, it seeks presence, the here and now. Consciousness. Okay? And so part of it is you're almost afraid to step in your feminine, because if you aren't in your feminine, you're in your masculine. If you're in your masculine, then you're constantly delaying the here and now for some future state. Okay? And so why I bring that up? Because when you say, when X happens, then I can be happy. When Y happens, then I'll change my behavior. Then I'll prioritize my relationship. Then I'll prioritize my fitness. When the exit happens, when X amount of income happens, and a lot of it is tied to career and money for guys, which I get. I do get. You know, I can't wait till I can spend all my day doing, you know, or reading or studying or practicing this sport. If I can't do that right now, I got to do this. I got to be in this business. And I'm telling you that you can enjoy the here and now. You can be present and you can love your life today. And you can still go after a better world. You can still go after the goals you want. And guess what? Your ambition, your drive, it doesn't go away, man. It gets bigger. It gets more abundant because it's coming from a place of love. And again, even for some of you, when I use that word, and when I as a man sit here and say coming from a place of love, and I'm almost like asking you or having you consider, you should come from a place of love, bro. You know, you should come from a place of love, man. It's all good, man. Instantly you close off because that is so unfamiliar for you because you're so in your masculine. And because you're so in your masculine, you don't want to stop this task, achievement, goal set, goal achievement, bigger goal, bigger achievement. You don't want it to end because that's all you know. And what does that lead to? It leads to you never actually being able to fucking take a breath and acknowledge the effort you're putting in. Acknowledge the beautiful world that you have right here, right now, regardless of what goal you have or haven't achieved. That's the beautiful thing, man. There is another way to do it. And inevitably, this is truly what you are seeking right here. You are seeking freedom, and the present moment is freedom. Yet you put a challenge in front of you and say, until this challenge is complete, I can't enjoy the very thing that I have inside me already right here and now. But what you're really saying is, I don't know how. I don't know how to do that because I'm fearful that if I don't go after my goal, what do? I don't know how to act. Because you can't just be. You can't come back to the present moment and enjoy it and then flip it back on and step into your masculine and go and do the achievement thing. Go do the hard work. Go do the etc. So I want to do an exercise with you called the then what. Then what? So, you're here. I'm going to use money and career because that is 90% of what men get caught up on. So, you want financial freedom. You want the business at X scale. You want this or that in your career. I give it all to you. We're going to wave a magic wand, and I'm giving it all to you. Everything that you're asking for right now, whatever it is, I'm giving it to you. And the best part is, I'm going to give you 2 of it. No, 3 of it. So if you want a business that was going to do 10 million and then you can go and do X, I'm going to give you a $30 million business. If you wanted a 50 million exit, I'm going to give you 150 million. Imagine for a second. Go into the place where you achieve it. And if you have conviction that you're going to achieve it, then you can see that. Go there. Exist. Imagine you have 150 million in the bank. Imagine you have the 30 mil. Imagine you have the team that can do everything for you. Imagine you do not have to work for the rest of your life if you don't want to. And ask yourself, then what? Then what? What do you do? Because guess what? After you buy the cars, after you buy the homes, after you get the family, after you get your health back in check if you do, say you do all that, you're gonna be sitting on the beach one day, you're gonna wake up one morning, and you're gonna say these words. What should I do? What am I gonna do today? I don't know what to do. That's when you just started climbing the second mountain. The moment you ask those words with that intentionality, with that energy, and if you're visualizing with me, you know exactly what I mean. I don't need to do anything. What do I want to do? I don't need to do anything. And the unfortunate part is you guys don't even fucking realize that. And then you go and start another business that you don't even actually want to start. But you're like, I need to do something. I need to do something. Yeah, you do. You know, you do. But you also don't need to. You want to. We need to because it's in our nature. We want to because we don't actually have to because we have all this money. So the then what exercise. What do you want to do? Money's not an issue. I gave it to you. You hit the lottery, whatever, you got the exit, 150 mil in the bank. Team takes care of everything. If you don't work for the rest of your life, you're good. You got money in the stocks, whatever. Then what? Then what? Then what? What are you gonna do? You wake up one morning, you have all the cars you need, you have the house, you have the woman, you even have freaking kids. But there's gonna be a part of you, for you as a man, that can have all of that, and you're gonna wake up and say, what should I do today? What should I do today? What are you going to do? Dio, what are you going to do? Why is this so important? Because if in the world where you have everything, and all the stuff that you were aiming for in this chapter, you aren't thinking past that. You aren't thinking beyond the horizon, and I'm putting you in that horizon. And you're gonna ask yourself this question, what should I do today? What do I wanna do? And you're gonna come up blank. And some of you will eventually figure this out after you've got the money. Some of you will never figure this out and you'll go do something again that you don't even wanna do. And some of you will see the horizon and look just beyond that to after you have everything and recognize that you're still gonna have to do something. There will come a point where you will have to ask yourself, okay, I did all the getting money shit, fucking materialistic bullshit, did all the trips, did all the whatever, now what? What should I do? You're back to where you fucking started before you had all this money, but you were doing it for the reason of money. Now, money's not an issue, and now you have to ask yourself, what the fuck's the point of life? Because you just beat the first game that 99% of people never beat, and so they never see over the horizon in which they don't live the very thing that you're about to figure out by being on the other side of the first mountain, which is surviving, and no one realizing that you can actually do what's on the second mountain before you even climb the first one. You don't have to even climb the first one to figure this shit out. If all that makes sense. So I just went on a crazy tangent there. And so understand that if you need to figure out what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, at some point, because you know with confidence you're gonna get the 150 mil, you're gonna be able to never work on a day in your life and buy whatever the fuck you want. If that world comes, you're still gonna have to go do something. You're not gonna fucking retire for the rest of your life, bro. I'm telling you, the masculine does not work that way and you don't want it. And so why not entertain me for a second, and why not go and figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life today, instead of waiting until this period down in the future that potentially may never come. There's still a possibility that many of you don't figure it out and get the surviving well part even checked off, and then now you're both miserable and you never get to the second mountain, which is really being present and doing what you love. So how about we just remove the idea that we need to go and achieve certain things for us to start this process, and entertain the possibility that I can start this process today and still potentially get financial freedom. Not potentially, well, yes, potentially. It's always a potential. But now at least when I hit my deathbed, I know that I lived as many days as I could doing what I fucking loved. Closing the gap between who I'm capable of being versus who I'm actually being. Realizing my full potential. Figuring out what my superpower is, and then figuring out how to distribute that to the world by doing it every day, because that's what I love, and that's what I'm here for. And that's what God gave me as my gift, and it's unique to me, and I need to figure that out, and then I want to put it out into the world. Imagine if you just did that. One, the money would stop mattering as much, and the funny thing is, the money comes in abundance when you do that. So the question then becomes, what do you love? And the unfortunate answer for many of you is you don't know. Now, it's not that hard to figure out some of these elements, in which I'd love to share with you. But do you have something that you love to do? When you do the thing, what actions in your life, what tasks do you work on, what industries do you work in? And you may know this to some degree, and another, maybe you have to explore it for yourself. But what actions do you take on a daily basis? What things do you work on that when you do them, you feel energized, alive, aligned, and most importantly, fulfilled? That when you go to bed that night after doing the thing, whatever that is for you, you hit the pillow feeling fulfilled. Or another way to put it is Eudaimonia, which the Stoics talked about, Aristotle, and it was later kind of described to us in the way of this internal glow. It's like a little light bulb turning on from the inside and glowing from the inside out. You know, happiness from the outside is typically like, like a sauna, a traditional sauna, like it heats you from the outside in, and an infrared heats from the outside out, or the inside out. It's kind of like hedonic happiness is from the outside in. Eudaimonic happiness, or eudaimonia, or fulfillment, is that happiness from the inside out. It just kind of happens, After you do a hard workout, you feel that glow inside of you. And so you hit the pillow. I just went on a little tangent there. You hit the pillow and you feel that level of fulfillment, instead of what a lot of you feel is emptiness. You hit the pillow and you feel empty. You're like, fuck, I need to wake up tomorrow and keep going because I'm not fulfilled. My cup isn't full. I don't have the money. I need to delay my gratitude. I need to delay my, happiness because I need to go get this thing. But ask yourself, what do I love doing? What do I love doing? What do I do that after I do it, I walk away feeling energized, alive, aligned, and most importantly, fulfilled? Because fulfillment, I'm telling you, man, is the highest level of vibration. Love technically is, but when we're speaking in the realm of the masculine, it's fulfillment. It's stepping into the thing we're supposed to be doing. And as men, we're doers. And when we fit in to the thing that we're supposed to be doing, meaning what is our God-given gift? What is the thing that just we are attuned a little bit more than everyone else to, that just makes us crave it so much that when we do it, we feel so good, and we're so good at it because we just love it so much. There's something inside of you. There might be a set of things, maybe a number of values that you could have. But what are the things that you love doing? So the then what exercise, if we were to recap this, is what? The then what exercise is imagining I give you all this money. You don't need to worry about money. Everything's taken care of that you're trying to work on right now. You bypass the first mountain of surviving well, and you're at the base of the second, which is what do I want to devote the rest of my life to and just climb this mountain forever? Because the second mountain is the infinite game. It never ends, and that's the point. But the point of the infinite game is just to play the game. And if you're playing the game, you're winning the game. That's it, period. There's no scoreboards for anyone else. It's you versus you. And it's how can you close the gap between who you're capable of being versus who you're actually being. And in that capability is your superpower, is the thing that when you step into that, that is how you go fully to the top of the brim. It's not being the best marketer in the world. It's not being a guy that's run millions of dollars per month on his, Amex, or has gotten $150 million exit, or has gotten the number one exit in the world. It's none of that. Even though we think it is, it's none of that. It's simply playing the game in alignment to who you truly are in your deepest soul's desires. That's it. It's simple. But we overcomplicate it as men because we want challenge, and so we self-sabotage and we continue to put things in our life that keep us in the challenge. So we always think we're about to get free, but we don't want to be free, so we keep self-sabotaging ourselves. When in reality, we flip it, then what? Imagine a world where I can actually do the thing that I actually wanted to do because that's the thing I'm sacrificing right now to go to do it. Imagine if I could just do it right now. And imagine if I were to do it right now, I can still get the financial freedom. I can still get the career that I want and the achievements that I want. Yeah, it might take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years longer. But guess what? At the end of the day, I know the actual game I'm playing is the infinite game, where just by playing the game is winning the game. And I can remove myself easier and easier into the present moment because I know this is a never-ending game. It never ends. And so I don't need to rush to get this achievement or that achievement. Let me just enjoy. That's all we can really do. That's all we can really do. And with that, you just get better at the game. That's the crazy part. When you can learn to enjoy the present moment and step back into love, whether that's with your partner, with yourself, and you can align yourself with things that you do, things that you love doing every single day, and people that you love being around, and places that you love being in, life becomes a whole lot more fun. You love life a whole lot more. You get more out of life, arguably, because you're absorbing more elements, because you're able to be more present, meaning you're more conscious. And you still get to get the financial freedom. You still get to make the achievements. You still get to attack the never-ending task list. You're just flipping the order. And so if that resonates at all, I would just ask you to sit with yourself with the then what question. You don't need the money. This is the cool part. You don't need the money to mentally experience the point in which the money will bring you to if you don't bring yourself to it beforehand. So the cool thing is you can go there already. You can bypass all the hard work, all of the effort, all of the sacrifices that you're about to make, and just go there. Is this the actual thing that I love doing? Is this it? And if it is, amazing. And if it isn't, and you want to retire from it, and you're only doing it to do this, and if you're delaying something into the future as a result of the stuff you're doing right now, I beg you to at least consider the possibility that you can actually just start with the things you love doing. Because at some point, you're going to come to the point where you need to ask yourself, what should I do? And why not ask yourself that today and reorient your life? And I kind of have been like dancing around an elephant in the room. One of the fears of you doing this exercise for yourself right now is the fear that you do this exercise and you recognize the life you're leading is not the life you actually want. And all of the time, money and energy that you've invested into this pathway and this trajectory would be for nothing or would be wasted Because if I answer this, oh my God, I actually want to do this thing over here. I don't want to do this. Oh my God, like I'm putting this, my whole identity, and like it's not easy. So when this comes to you, like, don't be surprised if you have a ton of resistance and you make up a ton of excuses as to why you can't pivot. And I'm not saying you got to drop the business today, and I'm not saying you have to stop doing whatever you're doing, but you can start to reorient yourself towards the thing. But nonetheless, it's better to start asking yourself this question today than it is 10, 15, potentially 20 years down the road, just to realize you could have been doing that thing the whole time. So that's it. I appreciate you guys sticking around 26 minutes. And this one I purposely went slower and expanded on each element and like danced around each like concept here so that you could sit with that and piece them together. It's a somewhat easy concept to just like learn, but to actually understand the depth and what goes into this is slightly different. And so sit with it. But if you're sitting with me over these last 26 minutes, then hopefully even just in these 26 minutes, you started to like open up what is possible for you and what could be on the other side of not waiting. So that's it. I'd love if you could shoot me a like, a subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.